So the original plan for today was to go to the Goodwill bins, but we got some snow. We got some snow yesterday. I don't know, maybe like 2 inches or so. Not a ton, especially if you guys are from an area that normally gets snow. But here in South Carolina, we only get snow maybe once every 4 or 5 years. I don't even remember the last time we got some. So the dogs and us have been outside playing this morning, and obviously we're not going to drive anywhere. So we're going to stick and hang out in the warehouse, clean and organize a little bit. And also I want to show you guys our new business venture, also known as my new ADHD obsession, and that is selling soap. So I got the original idea to start selling soap because we have some friends from our church camp that have a small business where they make soaps and bath bombs and all this type of stuff that they sell at farmers markets. And I was like, hey, I'd love to like order a small batch of stuff that you guys make and then try to sell it on Whatnot and make it be a profitable venture for both you and us, because obviously that would be a win-win situation. So we did that. We got, I think, 2 shipments. The first shipment was maybe like 15 bars of soap, and then the next one was like 35 or so. And we sold all of that for a profit. I think we paid $3.50 per bar. And then on average, I think we made like $8 per bar. So it was pretty good, and it was profitable for them. But we realized that their operation to make soap is not quite large enough to keep up with the amount of soap that I think we could sell. And so we bought one more batch of stuff from them. We'll sell that. And then we found a larger wholesale soap supplier based out of North Carolina. They have like hundreds of different scents, thousands of products available at pretty much any given time. So I made a fairly large order with them this week. So this is all the soap after it's, well, most of the soap after it's processed. It comes to us in these like big, well, that's not, these big logs like this. This is like a rosemary peppermint or whatever. And then we peel each log apart. Once we get the bar, I wrap it in some cellophane, and then we print out the ingredient label. And we do have some Hairy Tornado soap labels coming in a couple of days that we'll add on to this side. But I kind of like how one side is, blank, so you can actually see what the bar looks like. So maybe we'll experiment with different things. But this was, I think it was like $650 that we paid for all this different soap that came in logs like this. So there were, I think, 14 different scents that came in logs. And then I also got 2 boxes of these offcuts. So this flavor is called like pink sugar or something. And this is just a full box of bars of soap that are, kind of just like maybe curved on one end or, kind of tapered, like not cut perfectly. But they give you a really good deal on this. We got this whole box for like $45 or so, which is a little bit less than half price by buying it on the logs. It may take a little bit of cleaning up, like maybe cutting some excess off the edges or whatever, but once we get it cellophaned and put labels and stuff on there, I think people will still like it, because once you use soap, it doesn't really matter what shape it is, because after you use it once, it starts to lose its shape. So this has been our venture, my venture personally, for the last like week or so, and I've been pretty obsessed with it. And today is our first Whatnot show. It's going to be like an hour and a half or so from now, and I'm hoping that it goes well. I think what we're going to do is run like a lot of 3 soaps starting at like $15, about $5 per bar. And then when somebody buys that lot, they can tell us which 3 scents they want. We have like a lavender purple, we have a honey almond, Florida sunrise, lavender lemongrass. That's one of my favorites. The best one out of this one, in my opinion, is tobacco flower. Very nice. It's hard to tell you guys what this stuff smells like, but this is my favorite. I also really like the grapefruit margaritas. We'll just try to do a good job of like describing all the scents, let people pick whichever 3 they want, and then just keep selling them like that. So I think by the time we factor in the soap itself, the thing of plastic wrap, the labels, and the labor, it is a lot of labor, like like wrapping all this and printing off all the labels and everything. But I think we're in to each bar like $1.95. So even if we just sell them for $5 a piece, we don't get any additional bids on top of that. I still think it'll be profitable. Again, we spent about $650 on all this soap here, plus this whole box of pink sugar, and we got another box like this of like a mango soap that's also really good. So I think by the time we sell everything, I'm hoping to at least double our money, if not more than that. Like, I think worst case scenario, we'll double our money. And in best case scenario, we might make like $1,000 to $1,500 or so. It really just depends on who comes to the Whatnot show and what kind of scents they want. We do have some scents that aren't my favorite personally, like this Bay Runner. It almost smells like a pumpkin spice, which I think is slightly slightly unusual for soap. And there's another one, this burnt orange patchouli. It's very similar, like spiciness, but it's cool because it's got like walnut dust in there as well. So I don't know, maybe just because I don't like it doesn't mean anybody else won't. So we'll start selling this stuff, and I think as we sell, we'll also learn which scents do better. Also, I'm realizing this is just a really long clip here that I haven't edited at all because I'm just talking off the top of my head about this stuff. So I hope you guys like today's video. It's definitely different. We've never made a video about selling soap, but I like this new venture because we can make it a replenishable item that we can continue to sell for years to come. We get, you know, you don't have to grow your customer base when you sell things that are consumable. You can have the same, you know, 100, 200 people come to your Whatnot show and they'll buy soap. If they like it, they'll use it. It'll run out eventually, and then they'll have to come back and buy more. So selling things like our soap and our, you know, Harry Tornado hot sauce that are low cost consumable goods, super easy to resell to the same customer in the future, I think is a great way to increase the longevity of your reselling business. And Haley just brought up a really good point about like our scents and
so
stuff.
we were talking about like having like a specialty scent for like each one of us. So like I think Josh mentioned, what is it called, lemongrass something?
Lavender lemongrass.
Lavender lemongrass. I'm like, that could be our scent because we actually did lemon and lavender colors for our wedding. So it could be like Josh and Haley scent, and then we can come up with one for Mose and Stanley. I don't know what it would be.
I think Mose is, we have a scent called grapefruit margarita, and it makes me think of Mose. It's like fresh and fruity and fun. And then Stanley always likes to chew sticks and pine cones and stuff. So maybe like a pine scented, whatever.
Yes.
And this soap company, they have like scents and bars already made, but they also have the ability to make like custom soap for you. So if you want to, you can choose from all their different scents and colors and stuff. But I don't really know anything about making soap, so I don't know what smells good. I'm like, we can add lavender and eucalyptus and orange, but I don't know what that smells like. And if you make a custom order, it's a little bit more expensive, and to make it cost effective, you have to order a lot of it because they make the soap and then it takes like 30 to 45 days for it to dry on the curing rack. So it's a big commitment to make your own stuff, but I do like that they have that option. Also, slightly off topic, but a couple videos ago, we said that this lady sent us an entire box of Funko Pops and told us that we could do whatever we want to with them, but she would like to see us sell them on Whatnot and use the money to put towards the work that Haley and the other missionaries do in Honduras every year. So we did that show last night. I think it was like, I don't know, all these Funko Pops sold, and then we sold a couple other things that Haley bought at Mi Esperanza last time she was in Honduras. These Funko, just, you know, all the Funko Pops and plus 45 Funkos.
With a couple of extra things, yeah.
And it was like, I think just over $1,000 in sales.
I think it was like $1,053.
Oh no, it was $800 in sales, but then tips were like $200 or $300, and we were donating the tips as well. Let's get the actual numbers for you. Also, this lady's name was Wendy. I don't know if I've said that, but Wendy, thank you so much for sending us this stuff. It was fun to sell, and obviously we raised plenty of money to help the people in Honduras. So it was $803.70 in sales and $276 in tips.
Yes. So we actually got a $100 tip last night, which was really awesome. So all in, I think we're at like 1,070, something around there. So that's probably going to go like to like a medical clinic. A medical clinic costs $1,800 for like a day for the doctor to come in and see a bunch of patients. So I think that's what we're going to do with that money. Yeah. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for all of you guys that showed up. Shout out Wendy. You guys are awesome.
So getting back to the soap, again, we buy it in two different styles, I guess. You can get the big bulk box of all the ugly mismatched pieces for $45-ish, depending on the recipe. Or you can get it in loaves like this, which are all like perfectly cut. This loaf was like $21, I think, for 12 bars, or you can get this whole box for like $45. So obviously it makes more sense from a business and reselling standpoint to use this soap. And the only con, I guess, is that the soap is kind of ugly. But I actually think that having soap be slightly imperfect or ugly adds to the authenticity that comes along with handmade soap. I really don't think people will care that much. But it is nice having these like perfect bars that are all exactly the same shape. They're easier to wrap. You know, you're going to label them the same. The label's not going to be crooked. The stacks aren't going to be crooked, you know. So I don't know. We'll definitely play around with more logs to have the nice uniform soap, but I definitely want to order more of these bulk boxes because I think the margins on these will just be a lot better. But also with the loaves, when they cut them in perfect thicknesses like this, there's always a little bit on either end of the loaf that's just extra. So like here are all the extras that I've collected while processing this whole pile here. So they're, I mean, they're pretty thin, but it's still soap. You know, we can still sell these. Like, hey, who wants a tobacco and this soap is called Monkey Farts. It's kind of smells like bananas a little bit, and you know, grapefruit. We can just sell that lot of 3, and instead of starting it for $15 for 3 soaps, we can start this at like, you know, $3 or whatever, and still have a way to recoup some of our investment with this stuff that's just, you know, kind of counted as freebies. They don't really charge us for that. We pay based on the, you know, 11 to 12 bars per loaf, and then all this stuff is extra. After that last clip, Haley said, Josh, I know you're very excited about this soap, but maybe people will be bored hearing you go on and on and on about soap. So maybe we should talk about something else. And I will. Let's talk about the current state of the warehouse right now. Let's
not talk about that.
We're selling so much stuff, but we just, I don't know. We try to organize a little bit, and then we do another Whatnot show, and then we go to the bins again or go to the flea market, and it just, we need a bigger warehouse. 1,450 square feet is just not enough. What if we, no, I definitely don't want to get rid of the golf simulator. What if we get rid of the gym over there? I mean, you do use it every single day.
Out of your mind.
Maybe adding the golf simulator in the warehouse wasn't a good deal. Look at all the storage space is taken up. So I've got one more log of soap to prepare here, so I'll take you through the process. So this is, the last one is the, I think it's rosemary peppermint. I kind of thought there would be rosemary in here, but it's just like rosemary essential oil, essentially essential oil. So I take a little sheet of plastic wrap like this, as you see before your eyes. I lay it down on the table. I put 1 bar here, take another bar, put it here, like so, and then I take my box cutter, which is somewhere. Box cutter, I cut down the middle, separating them into 2 little wrappers here. I go up and down. Get it as nice and tight as I could. I fold in the sides, kind of like wrapping a sub sandwich or something. And then once it's wrapped, you can still see it's not super tight. So a way to get it tighter is to use a heat gun. Here, let me bring you over so you can really get in the action here. Use a heat gun. Run it along the outside. It shrinks the plastic and just gives it a nice, like, sealed, professional look. Gets rid of all those air bubbles, most of them. You still have to wrap it fairly tight, but hitting it with the heat gun just makes it even better. And then you take one of your labels. Oh, this one's eucalyptus spearmint. Sorry, not rosemary spearmint. Eucalyptus. Is it rosemary spearmint? Wait, no. That's the eucalyptus spearmint. Sorry, I printed the wrong labels. I was gonna edit this part out of the video, but I'll keep it in. This is eucalyptus spearmint, and I already printed the labels for this one. And then when I was printing the labels for those, I guess I just thought it was rose. So this is what is this one? Rosemary peppermint, not rosemary spearmint. Rosemary peppermint is on this one. This one smells better than the eucalyptus spearmint, I think. This one just kind of smells like gum. It smells good, but it smells like gum. This one smells good. I do have labels printed for the pink sugar, which is the bulk box down here, so I'll get one of these. See, this one looks so good. Like, it's a little skinnier at the top than it is at the bottom, but it's soap. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. So let's wrap this one up, same thing. Over the top, over the bottom, pinch the sides. Beautiful. Hit it with that heat gun. Shrink it up. We get one of our labels. Also printed these with our Rollo printer. They make like thermal labels now that are like this cool rainbow color, and you just adjust the size on the Rollo and print it out. I basically copy and paste the ingredients from the wholesale website, and then just made a little 2x2 graphic on Canva, and then print it out. Look how cute that is. Again, we'll have another sticker on this side with our Hairy Tornado soap logo, but again, I do like how you can see what the soap looks like. Maybe I shouldn't, or maybe make the logo like really small in the corner or something. I don't know, but there it is. You just got to do that like 300 times. Just to prove to you guys how much this soap stuff takes over my brain. We had a Whatnot show scheduled for 10:30 today to sell some of this soap. And because I've been filming this video for the last like 45 minutes or so, I totally forgot about that. And it is currently 11:12. So we have like 10 people just sitting in our show and whatnot. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I lost track of time. We're pushing back to 12. So that gives us 48 minutes to finish processing some of this soap and get ready for that show. If you were one of the people that were sitting at the Whatnot show, I am terribly sorry. I wish Whatnot would give us like a notification, like, hey, it's time to go live, because
I don't think people need that notification.
Most people don't need that notification. Most people are responsible enough to remember when they but we've been on Whatnot for over 3 years, and I think this is maybe the 4th time that I've forgotten about a show. Maybe. So that's pretty good. I didn't forget about a show. I knew we had one today. I just talked about it in the video. I just lost track of time. So we just got done with our Whatnot show selling the soap. We did 50 bundles of 3, and we sold all of them. So we sold 150 bars. It took just over an hour or so. And I started everything at $15. I don't remember if I've already said this or not. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Started everything at $15. Some of them sold for $15. Some of them went for as high as like $21, $22. I think we had one guy that paid $30, and I gave him an extra bar because I felt bad. But altogether, what was the total? Like 900 and something dollars. Let me look. $926 between 49 items. I think one of the bundles had a payment fail and didn't go through. And that was really good, because in all this soap, I think we spent just over $700 on everything. So we've essentially gotten back to a break even, a little bit of profit, but we still have like all this soap that didn't sell in that show. We did sell out of the monkey farts. I think people were just kind of curious what that smelled like, so we got to order more of that. The lavender lemongrass was really popular. The love spell was really popular. People didn't really like the spice stuff like Bay Runner, and I guess the burnt orange patchouli was pretty good. So not bad. We still have all that stuff. We still have half a box of the pink sugar down there. We still have almost a whole box of the mango left. So we will just kind of keep reinvesting the money back into this, get more sense. We did ask people for requests, like what they wanted to see us sell. And we had, forgive my spelling on some of this stuff, Hawaiian, green tea, musk, jasmine, goat milk, more goat milk stuff, strawberry, peach, rose, coffee, sandalwood, black currant, volcano, wet dog. Somebody requested that, I wrote it down. Champagne and cherry blossom. So I will spend some more time on the wholesale website trying to see what they have available and see if we can get it ordered, because people are, this was good.
Yeah.
This is a fun
It's
show.
also kind of fun because we're using these priority mail mailing boxes, which are free through the post office, and then we have this like fun fancy shelf. So Josh basically, he was like, okay, but which scents do you want? And then we just like put them in the boxes. So now we just go through, oh, this person got 3 and 33. Here's 3. Here's 33.
Yep.
It's nice.
This whole shelf thing, we use it for all of our Whatnot shows. It just works really well. But we're gonna get all this stuff packed up, maybe shipped out today. I don't know. A lot of the snow outside is already melting, so we might go out and take some stuff to the post office. But first soap show did very well. I really appreciate all you guys that came out. And even though it was successful, we made money, like I still feel good about selling it, because people were still getting 3 handmade bars of soap, for about the same as they would at a farmer's market. It's not like people are paying crazy amounts of money for this stuff. Like, it's just a product that we can, again, continually sell as people use it. And as long as it's good quality stuff that people enjoy, there's no reason they wouldn't keep coming back and buying more. So very excited that this new ADHD hobby business venture has been successful so far. So we did get all those orders shipped out yesterday, even though it was all snowy outside. So if you guys bought something in that show, it should be to your house in the next day or two. Sorry for all the ruckus back here. The boys are playing, but I wanted to give you guys like an exact look at this deal instead of me just guessing like, hey, we paid about $700 and we made about X amount of money. I'll just show you what everything costs. So this whole order that we made for this show was $697.18, and that was flat. They gave us a little discount for like bulk ordering, and there was no sales tax because we have our reseller permit now. So they didn't charge us sales tax because we're selling it on Whatnot. Whatnot's charging the end buyer sales tax. So $697.18, and then on the Whatnot show, we sold basically 150 bars for $926.50, and then after fees, we made $799.98. So I don't know what that math is, probably like just over $100 in profit. And I don't think there were any other expenses associated with this other than my time. We have all the boxes we used were either the free priority boxes or the like reused brown Amazon boxes that we got from that Facebook Marketplace deal a couple months ago. And thermal labels are 2 cents a piece. Sorry, there's so much stuff going on in the background. Thermal labels are 2 cents a piece, and the stickers for the actual soap and the plastic wrap, I think a roll of 1,000 of those stickers was like $10. So it's very, very negligible cost other than the actual soap. But my time is a big factor. Like, to process this whole order, which was maybe like 300 bars of soap, was about 3 hours or so. And obviously we want to value our time. So I'm trying to factor that in as well. But I still think it was really good. I mean, we made all of our money back. We're already in the profit, and we still have probably almost 200 bars of soap left when you factor in everything out there in the warehouse. So I did want to keep reinvesting this money back into the soap business because I want this to be an ongoing part of our reselling business. So I went back to the website to put together a new order, and I was trying to figure out what to buy. I mean, obviously I found some of the scents that people requested in the show. This one lady requested strawberries and champagne. And I was like, wow, that's really specific, but I'll check. And this website actually had a scent called strawberries and champagne. So I got 2 loaves of those. And then I realized that the only scent we sold out of was monkey farts. And I don't think it's because that was like the best soap we had. I think it was one of the prettiest to look at and one of the most interesting names. Like people just wanted to try it to see what it smells like. So I focused on this order instead of getting like standard stuff like, you know, eucalyptus, lavender, and sage and stuff like that. I focused on the more interesting things. They have like a cotton candy, and there was like a galaxy one that was like blue and purple, silver, like swirled together with like a more of a muted scent. There was like a chocolate and cinnamon, just like more unique stuff that I think people would be interested to try for $5. Like if you're buying a bundle of 3 and you don't really know what you want other than like your standard lavender or whatever, try a monkey fart, try a confetti cake or whatever, just stuff that's more unique, stuff that I think people will be more willing to try. You know, if you're going to buy a lavender bar of soap, you know what that's going to smell like. It's going to smell like lavender, but nobody knows what monkey farts is going to smell like, which is why I think, again, it was one of the more popular scents of the show. But next order is pretty expensive. This one was $1,264.38, which I realize is basically twice as large as our last order. But I think just doing this one Whatnot show today was proof enough that this is something that is profitable for us and is something that we can continue to incorporate into our reselling business for years to come. I'm not sure if we'll keep doing like exclusively soap shows on Whatnot. That does kind of limit the crowd a little bit, but we can do those shows. We can like throw soap bundles into our regular Whatnot shows, like mixed in with the stuff we find at the Goodwill bins or the flea market. And we can also take a lot of the soap and put it in our booth. We can make the whole booth soap, because the best thing about this is that in our entire vendor mall, there's not a single other vendor that sells handmade soap. So we have nobody to compete with. And there's no shipping there, so people can pay $5, $6, $7 a bar, and they'll still get an even better deal than if they bought it from us on Whatnot. And I do think there would be even easier for people to buy it because they all want to smell it. Like if they see a monkey fart soap, they're going to smell it every time, and you know they'll splurge $5, $6, $7 on a bar of soap, more so than a lot of the other stuff we have in our booth. So I'm very excited about this, as you can tell from this this video that I won't shut up about soap. But I don't know. I think it's cool in business to keep evolving and finding new things to sell, new ways to keep your customers engaged. And again, I love selling consumable products, not having to constantly focus on growing your customer base. Being able to sell the same product to the same customer over and over and over again is a major key to success and, again, longevity in reselling. And in case you guys were wondering what Stanley was up to, he's right here. Anytime I'm in the computer room, he's always right under my feet, keeping me company. Moses is here too. He's more at a distance. He's not nearly as cuddly as Stanley is. And I'll wrap up today's video by sharing with you guys a little sneak peek at this next Disney haul that we bought out. It's mostly Disney pins, but we also have some other Disney merch as well. This is like Scarlet Witch head ears and some Disneyland hats and stuff. But a lot of Star Wars pins, a lot of limited release pins. We got some Little Mermaid stuff, the little R2-D2 dressed like, I don't know, somebody. This was, I think it was like $9,000 retail worth of pen. Oh, Hocus Pocus. That's cool. Maybe like $9,200, $9,300 retail, and we got it for, I don't remember, like $2,800 or so. I think it is a pretty good deal. We'll be selling all this stuff in a future Whatnot show. I'll have it scheduled already, so you guys could head on over to Whatnot at any point. Check out our profile, Harry Tornado, and you'll see that exact date and time of at least a few different shows. We'll have maybe another soap show scheduled, another Disney pin show. So definitely come check it out if you guys are Disney fans. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know it was very different than what we normally post, but sometimes that's good. I think a little change in pace can be healthy. But thank you guys again for watching. You're the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.